Italy has the best restaurants in the world, and I'm sure you knew that before you started watching our channel. If you're in Florence, of course, you should go to Il Borgo Antico, our absolute favorite restaurant. Of course, you should also go to Tito's and visit Bobo the chef to have an unbelievable experience. Heck, when you're in Ostuni, you should go to Pizzeria da Torino. When you are in Bari, you should definitely go to Al Pescatore. In fact, we made a video of 31 days of restaurant visits in Bari, and you should watch that and enjoy them. But what you might not know is that Italy also has the best grocery stores in the world, and they're very different, and there's a lot to know about them to get the most out of them, and that is what this video is about. This is Eurospin. If you are buying groceries in Palma Nova or any small town like this, you're likely only to have one grocery option, and it's typical of that kind of store, and we have gone there many times. However, if you are in any big city, particularly Bari, where most of this footage is going to come from, you have lots of grocery options. And here's the thing, the strength and the weaknesses of all of those options are not what you're going to expect, and so we're going to take you through all the do's and the don'ts so you can make the most out of your Italian grocery experience. Here's a quick shot of that Palma Nova grocery store. It's pretty consistent. The alcohol is much cheaper than the United States and much cheaper than Italian restaurants. It also has very cheap water. That 19-cent bottle is a 1.5-liter bottle, and that's not unusual. Here's a grocery store. It happens to be in Bologna. Very inexpensive wine. Angie likes yogurt for breakfast, and it's cheaper. Same deal. This is on the Amalfi Coast in Maori. A $1.99 bottle of wine. We actually bought that. It was good. And this 39-cent 8-pack of hot dogs highlights an important lesson as to why we're able to visit expensive places like Maori, where the restaurants are very expensive and we can still survive. It's because we have a lot of meals from grocery stores. This restaurant in Bari is located off the beaten path, and it's not convenient to get to, but it is the best restaurant we ate at, and there is a similar rule for grocery stores, and it's probably the most important lesson. This one is very close to the tourist area, and the prices aren't that great, and the wall art is a little unusual. It has decent deals for the lemon soda that Angie likes, and it has decent deals for the alcohol, and we bought several meals there, and it was definitely cheaper than if we would have bought those similar meals at restaurants. So we went to this grocery store, which has a lot of fresh food, probably every 3 or 4 days. But if I had to choose, I would choose this grocery store last. There are 2 other options which I think you would prefer. The first one is La Familia Superstore, and it might be the best grocery store in the entire world. It is not close to anywhere in town. In fact, we only got there because we had a rental car. They have parking, which is very unusual for grocery stores in Italy, although obviously not in the United States. It's covered, it's underground. You just go out this exit and walk right in. They do have lockers if you walk there to store your stuff. They are very similar to Aldi, where you put in a coin and you get a cart out. We went there and actually ate at the cafe, and the croissant was $1 and the cappuccino was $1, so it was very inexpensive, and as you can guess from looking at it, it was quite delicious. I got the chocolate croissant and a cafe Americano, and Angie got an apple turnover Danish and also a cafe Americano. We're going to take you on a tour here. When you first get in, you have the organic product. I was told that's what biologico means. One of the things we had to get was pods for the coffee maker in our Airbnb, and we were able to find them. And in fact, They also have the coffee maker that was in the Airbnb. As we've discussed in previous videos, fruits and vegetables are one of the things that is not cheaper than the United States, but they are larger and much more flavorful. That is also the case with the bread. You know Italians love their bread. We're going to get back to this section of prepaid meals a little bit later because we decided to get some. You can see this is interesting. The Familia Superstore doesn't have one section for alcohol because it pairs alcohol with the food that's in the aisle. This is all fresh pasta. You need to be warned, it only lasts for about 3 days, which actually is a good thing. We wound up getting some gnocchi and we mixed it with some salmon. It was great. This is cacio e pepe gnocchi. Angie absolutely loves that lemon soda you see there. It's her favorite. The cheese is all over the place and really ranges in prices. The cheese like Pecorino and Parmigiano and Romano that you get from Italy was cheaper. And there's, of course, the meats, but we never bought any prepackaged meats. As you can see, they're deciding to pair some nice wines on it. We always bought fresh meats. Now look closely at that. That's the Montepulciano, my neighbor's favorite, $7.99. But now you're starting to get into some more expensive wines. But look a little bit closer at the price of this. $24.99 for Brunello di Montalcino, which is my favorite wine in the entire world. We're back to more cheeses here. I do want to point out certain French cheeses and cheeses that have to be imported. Those aren't necessarily great deals. I like the ones that smell, but they are more expensive, and Angie does not like those. If you want a specific amount of the cheese, they do have a person that simply cuts cheese and meat back there. You have to take a number because Italians do value the fresh product a lot more than the packaged product you see here, although it is very fresh. And there are not preservatives in it, so even if it's packaged, you have to be aware that the shelf life is far less than you're used to in the United States, but Italians shop more often, and that's why there's so much fish here. The fish is definitely cheaper. There is only a small amount of imported fish. We're talking about the Puglia region here, meaning Bari, so you get a lot of that. Smoked salmon is way more common in Italy than I'm used to in the United States. And it's far less expensive than I'm used to in the United States. That's a giant bag of mussels, a giant bag of clams. You can see that's calamari, that is octopus, which is a big Puglia region thing. So yeah, it's plentiful, it's fresh. People go to the grocery store 3, 4, 5, 6 times a week in Italy, so none of this fish really goes bad and it gets clumped up. We're going to get back to the vegetables because that wound up being part of the meal. Here's a perspective on the size of those peppers. Look at the cauliflower here, the lentils, the beans, the green onions, the cucumbers. Look at those. Look at that. Look at the yellow and red peppers. It's just astonishing. It's not super cheap, but like I say, Italians value freshness and taste and things being in season as opposed to always having what they want when they want it in quantity like we want in the United States. These are lettuces and cabbages. They're also absolutely gigantic, and that's an artichoke, I believe, and very, very fresh. So you get the idea on that. We went and got some prepackaged food because we had a very busy day, and they had a lot of that. You can see the lasagna there. They have a lot of arancini. Angie loves focaccia. If you're a subscriber, you already know that. I am not a big fan, but look at all the different ones. Look at the burrata and the prosciutto on that. There's a focaccia with onions, with apples. Look at the freshly made bread that you can get at the grocery store. I mean, that is absolutely next level. So We're going to move on here to some more meats. These are the meats that they set out. They're still, you can see the butcher back there cutting it fresh. I mean, yummy, yum, yum, yum. The hamburgers in Italy, I've just never had a hamburger like that in the United States. They are absolutely amazing. You're going to have red meat, you need red wine, and that is a Barolo. That would be about $300 in the United States, but it's about $40 there. That's French champagne, Dom Perignon, and that was about $229. Very expensive. But there is cheaper champagne that they do keep chilled in the Enoteca, which is back here. Generally, this is not, Angie and I did not buy any wine from here. These are generally more expensive, more sensitive wines that they keep within this temperature-controlled room. So that's where you're going to see a lot of Barolos, a lot of Brunello di Montalcinos. A lot of Italians have wine every single night. That's Brunello di Montalcino there. Oh my God, my mouth is just watering. If you've not seen the Discovery Channel hour-long show on how they make Brunello, I would definitely recommend that after, of course, you watch this video and like and subscribe. And yes, there is even more wine. So Angie's head is spinning here. More champagne. This is not a repeat. This is another section. Now, let's get to the liquor here because the liquor is a little bit different. So Limoncello, which is from Italy, is very inexpensive, particularly compared to where they sell in tourist areas. But that's Jack Daniel's. That is not cheaper. That's $38 there. Water is always cheaper in Italy. In fact, these are actually higher prices. This is the one thing in La Familia. It was a little bit higher than we saw everywhere, but still $1.5 liters for 35-40 cents. Eggs, you should know, are not refrigerated in Italy. But the Red Bulls are refrigerated and not cheaper than the United States. Let's compare this store to the Lidl's, because if you don't have a car, you're more likely to walk to a Lidl. There are Lidl's over Italy, at least the Puglia region. This one is right outside of Bari Centrale. And so we're going to go see how that compares. It does have a parcheggio, a parking lot, which is a premium in most of Italy, but particularly so in Bari. If you don't have a coin for a cart, they have these things, but they are smaller than the Superstar store. What is that, a papaya?
Da LIDL sforniamo pane caldo e fragrante tutto il giorno. Ti resta solo da seguire il profumo e saporare tutta la qualità di...
So right off the bat with Lidl, you will notice it is not as super as the Superstore in terms of the amount of choice, although there's certainly more choice than you would find in a regular grocery store. The produce is excellent. It's very fresh. We bought one of these blueberry things every 3 or 4 days, and the blueberries tasted like candy. That's a carrot. It looked big to me. Angie said, though, that was a normal size. The wine is cheaper than it is at the Familia Superstore. They don't have the high-end wines, as many Brunellos, but holy moly, they do have incredibly cheap wines, and it's not like they have no Brunello.
This is definitely the lowest price I've ever seen for a bottle of Brunello. I don't know this particular brand. $17.99, that's ridiculous. They have a grappa, given their close proximity to Greece. Guess that's not surprising. Amaretto, less than €5. Sambuca. Interesting. Bailey's Irish cream. I guess because Ireland's closer than America, but it's only $10.49 for a large bottle. That's definitely less. Lidl seems to have far less selection on basically every product except for the chicken. They have a lot of chicken here. All of this. So it has more, now that I'm on the other side of the chicken, it has more prepared meat, but what it does not have is a deli or, you know, these are the kind of things you get at a deli, but it doesn't have a deli or a place to get fish or anything like that. It does have a bakery, but not for this kind of stuff. I would say the same for prepared sandwich meats. They have a lot of prepared sliced meats. Here's something I haven't seen in any of the previous stores, which is prepared sushi. We might try this. These bottles are 21 cents each, and they're like 2 liter, or a liter and a half, I don't know. It says 2 liter, it doesn't seem that much. They also have the big peppers, although not quite as big as we saw before. There's the like green and yellow combo, and then we got this red pepper. These onions are kind of huge. Oh, what are they? Fennel. Oh God, heck no. There's some prepared chicken here. I think Angie wants, I think she thinks there was a whole one and there isn't. So, big eggplant. This inspired the emoji, I think.
So there is our Italy, and more specifically, Bari Italy grocery tour. We are aware the most famous person who sells groceries in Bari is, of course, Nunzia, but we are going to do a video next week that focuses just on Italian pasta, and Nunzia will be the star, as she deserves to be. This is the pasta of hers that we brought home and made ourselves, but of course, we have had pasta in restaurants all over Italy, including some that is considered the best of the entire world. So we hope you join us next week and every Saturday on the Four Chains Travel.